Space ninjas are a very mechanically in-depth antagonist. They have access to many abilities and active abilities, which other antagonists really just do not have access to. Other antagonists rely specifically on equipment, where space ninjas, well, they rely on their equipment, but their equipment allows them to do many things. As a ninja, you will spawn somewhere in space with a jetpack. I'm not going to explain the jetpack, but realistically, you should probably keep the jetpack near you. The biggest threat a ninja has is stun batons. Uh, the reason why is because it just takes 2 stuns to stun you, and your sword can realistically only 4 hit people. So you do not really want to be meleeing somebody with a stun baton. That is extraordinarily risky, no matter who you are. Even with your extreme speed, it is still not that difficult to stun baton you. Anyways, the ninja outside the station has a few ways of getting in. Well, the easiest way would be to just pull out your sword. You must have your sword out to do this. And on the side, you'll have something. You have an ability that looks like a person with a blue shadow behind them. It is called a katana dash. If you press it, and then left click, you'll be able to teleport anywhere you can see as long as you have line of sight. So sometimes a little finicky, but you just have to keep trying it. If it doesn't work, you don't like lose anything. So if you do that, you'll teleport directly where you're seeing. However, you must be cautious because it is very loud and people instantly know you are a ninja. Realistically, you're going to get caught pretty quickly, or you're going to get spotted pretty quickly due to the fact that a lot of your abilities are really loud and just very obvious. And by the way, ninjas have access to the phase cloak. Toggle your suit's phase cloak. Be aware if you're hit, all abilities are disabled for 5 seconds, including your cloak. So it instantly stealths you, and you can even teleport while stealthed. So I would recommend stealthing before you even teleport, just to make it harder to see where you are. It is worth mentioning that people with a sec HUD will always see like a square on the top right of your head. So your stealth isn't really all that useful against them. So there are times where being stealth just really doesn't matter, especially if you're fighting security. Anyways, all this stuff uses suit power. On the right side of your screen, you can see a UI indicator telling you where you are, but if you just shift click your suit, you'll see the exact percentage. There are several ways to recharge this. One of them is to directly walk up to an APC, and there's an option called Toggle Ninja Gloves, which is how you do certain things like your objectives, like this is how you hack the comms console, but turning it on also lets you steal energy. And you can also do this while stealth, just to make it a little bit harder to see you. And yes, it will keep recharging your suit about 3% every tick, or 2 or 3% every tick, but I'm losing some because I'm invisible. But once you drain the APC fully, it'll start flickering, and it can give you away, so you have to be cautious about that. Either way, that is one way to restore your energy. Also, while your gloves are on, you can use it to do your communications computer objective, as you can see here. I'm not going to do the whole objective thing, that's a different video. Your gloves also act as an EMAG, and EMAGing doors does not use any suit power and can also be done while invisible, so feel free to go absolutely crazy with this. And if you left click somebody without harm mode on with your gloves, it acts as an instantaneous stun. They don't stay stunned for long, but you can basically chain stun somebody, and there's really nothing you can do. You have to be cautious. This uses a lot of power, so like 42% I use it, I'm down to 32. It takes about 10%. However, if you ever get in a fight with a security officer and they have a security light, you could do a very powerful action. Rather than charging your suit up, you can actually just take the battery and left click your suit with it, and now your suit has a high capacity battery and you'll be at 100%. And you could keep your old battery on you just so you can spam out abilities more. But with this new battery, if I used the same glove ability, you'll see that it only takes 4%. So it essentially it's well over double the amount of energy that you have, and that makes you extraordinarily powerful. So I would recommend trying to get a medium capacity or high capacity battery as soon as possible. Sec lights always have high capacity batteries, and yeah, you want to use your abilities as much as possible and avoid melee. You also can generate shurikens that will instantly go in your hand. They do 8 slash and 10 piercing if you throw them, and if you throw them, they don't throw that fast, but making them only cost about 2% energy when you have a high capacity battery. So you can very, very rapidly make them. But like I said, they're not the greatest weapon, but just to deter someone, they can certainly be used for that. Another ability you have is a EM burst, which is electromagnetic pulse, and that will disable nearby stun batons, disablers, whatnot, you name it. And this will allow you to actually get into a melee fight with security. You can't slip because you have no slips, and if you can't get hit by a stun baton, you can melee something to death very quickly. I'm going to just drag them into the light. And let me heal them. The katana does a whopping 30 slash per hit, and if you can't get stun baton in melee, it will only take 6 melee hits to critically wound a security officer, but realistically you only need about 4 or 5 and then they'll bleed to death. But the katana does a massive amount of damage. You can't swing in stealth anymore, so if I'm stealth and swinged, it will reveal me. So anytime you're about to fight a security officer, I recommend you just have your suit charge, you press the EMP button, and then you're good to go. Another option you have to charge your batteries is to go into maintenance, follow these medium voltage cables until you find a substation. Can sometimes be a little hard to see without lights, but you want to find these engineering doors, and you can also steal power from substations, and it charges you much faster than an APC, and isn't quite as obvious that you're stealing power from it because it won't flicker the lights. And yeah, seeing in the dark is a little hard sometimes, but there we go. I am back out in the open. You can also steal from SMESs, but the only place you can really find those with actual battery is in engineering. But again, this could just be another option depending where you're at. And yeah, you just like the rest, you left click it and you'll sap energy from the SMESs. And things like hard hats will also have medium capacity batteries in them, so feel free to loot those as well and just keep extra batteries in your backpack. And your backpack also has tools in case you want to break into something even more quietly than an EMAG would. It's also less obvious. I almost forgot to mention the ability that lets you recall your katana. If you ever get stunned and you need to run away and somebody takes your katana from you, you could just press the button and it will instantly materialize a katana in your hand. Yeah, it's really simple, and your amount of dashes you have are actually tied to how many dashes are available in your katana. They regenerate once every 20 seconds, and you have 3 dashes, so feel free to use these as long as you have them, but I'd always recommend at least one if it looks like you're about to get overwhelmed. Even just teleporting a screen's length away with your speed is enough to completely disappear out of sight. But yeah, that's basically all of the unique abilities that a ninja has. You really want to utilize your EMPs and your instantaneous shocks in combat. You realistically can't lose a 1v1. In any 1v1 situation, you can either go for the instantaneous stun, or you can go for the EMP and then just cut them down, or EMP them, stun them, and then cut them down. You have a lot of options. Also, I will show you one more thing that might not be apparent. The energy katana has a 25% chance to reflect both energy and kinetic projectiles, so it's not an insanely high chance. In that scenario, they didn't reflect a single shot, so ninjas aren't quite immune to range combat, but they're so fast that hitting them is very difficult. And I just cannot get it to reflect at all right now, apparently. But the sword can reflect shots. It's a 25% chance. So shooting a ninja is a fairly good idea. But again, ninjas are never just going to be standing still. So if you can, shoot at them from a distance, because trying to fight them in melee is really difficult. But as a ninja, you should always utilize everything in your kit, because you don't want to fight fairly. You want to go for the stuns. Realistically, you should just be focusing on winning 1v1s, in my opinion. But anyway, that's really all I got for now. Thank you for watching.